They made a sacrifice to the record label. A lot of them, a lot of artists made a sacrifice to the record label. Welcome back, everybody, as we off top give the Holy Spirit all the honor, the glory, and all praise and worship. Now, this video, you can apply this to the gospel industry, if you want to call it that, and the R&B, the rap in the world. The other day, I talked about the music business, and this is like a part two, because I want to come back and to some of you youngsters that responded to me in the email. This is a part two video, especially for you, and that's why I want to use this title. They sacrifice to the record label. What I want to talk about is very important, and why so many people either get locked up or killed, set up, murdered behind wanting masters. You already know what I'm talking about. See, when an artist wants his own masters, that becomes a huge problem for the record label. Now, there are a few that do own their own masters. And once you own your masters, it all comes to you. See, they'll let you sign. But here's the catch. If you give me the rights to your music, I'll sign you. So a lot of y'all don't know this. They'll even, hey, make it look like you're getting a signing bonus. But in reality, are you really getting a bonus? Or do you have to pay all that back plus more? So many, when they start even thinking about owning their masters and bring up that conversation, it's trouble. Trouble comes. And think about it. So many rappers, let me start right there, who did have their masters dead. Look at that. Just think about it. Y'all know the three I'm talking about. Y'all know the label I'm talking about. Three. All came from the same label, excuse me. Dead. Something should be up here like, this don't make sense. And you never really hear the end of the stories. Was it a setup? What is an insurance job? What was it? The insurance policy, how much did they have? They're going to get their money one way or the other. Because, see, real talk, they don't want you to own your own masters. Even when you go back to Ray Charles in them days. When Ray wanted his masters, oh, man, look at how the record label came at him. Because, see, when you own your own masters, it's all you. When you leave, your family gets all of that, not the record label. And they don't want your family to get that money. So when you own your own masters, it's a beautiful thing. But actually, we can say how many people actually own their masters and get away with it. See, it's a lot behind the music game a lot of people don't know about. From being on both sides, I can tell you it's one of the most ruthless, dirtiest business you can be in. That's why don't nobody own me. I told you out in the last video, don't nobody own me. I ain't on nobody's record label. I'm not signed with nobody. Because I know the dirt. I know how messed up it is. I don't care if I don't never sell a million or whatever. It's a dirty game, my brothers and sisters. Look at what Prince talked about. Look at Michael Jackson. If you really was reading between the lines when they was talking years ago, you can catch what they were saying. They was really making it plain and blunt to me. But you got to really be on point and listening to see what's going on out here. So a lot of these artists out here, man, that think it's just peaches and cream. Ooh, I got signed. That don't mean nothing. Then you look at so many people that couldn't afford to record, so they wind up borrowing money from the record label. The record label fronts you, right? Then look what happened with that. They really got you then. they stick it to your heart then. I'm trying to think of somebody in particular. It slipped my mind. But you borrow money to record, and it's the same way in the gospel field, like I say. How many gospel artists done told you they left the industry now? Or they was getting robbed left and right by the label. They never received all their money. They was doing all the work. Record label was just sitting there. Because see, when you borrow that money, or you get that signing bonus, you start looking at things like, okay, production. What else can we say? Distribution, promotion, making the videos, all they recording, clothes, etc., etc. That's why back in the day, a lot of them rappers would tell you they didn't own none of this stuff they had. They was renting them houses out. I ain't gonna say everybody. Renting their car. That ain't mine. That ain't my car. That ain't my jewelry. That ain't my house. I just did that for the video. Even Tupac was telling people how broke he really was at times. And like I say, when you really own your own masters, they come for you. Who was that? PNB. Y'all remember PNB? PNB owned his own masters. And look what happened to PNB. See, they don't show you the real deal behind closed doors, what's going on. That's why I said 3 earlier. Now I'm going to go ahead and name them for you. Y'all already know who I was talking about. I was talking about Mo 3, King Von, and Young Doe. Or some may say Doe, however you want to pronounce it. Young Doe from Memphis. All 3 of them was with Empire. I mean, come on now. Now think about this. When Empire came out, Lucius. See, they be letting you know what's going on. Played by Terrence Howard. Cookie, played by Taraji P. Henson. Think about all of that. Now, that was a series that came on. But ain't that how it go down? Lucius was ruthless. He was going to do everything in his power, and did everything in his power to protect that label. Because his name was on it. Look at all the murder that went down. See, these don't be just shows and movies we be watching, y'all. When you catch it, it's a lot going on, and it's showing you what time it is. So once again, this is a part 2. When you start trying to own your masters, even back in the day, even old school, even R&B, I mean, you name it. It wasn't just rap. A lot of these deaths, why you say, man, it don't make sense. Why did they die? You got to know the game and how it operates. The majority of these cats out here don't own their masters. A lot of them are in debt, been in debt. A lot of them, man, they starving, but they get on them videos and make it seem like they got this and they got that, and just don't believe half of what you see. Because even back in the day, man, some of those rappers, they would tell you, they have told us, the record label robbed them blind. Robbed them blind. Go back to when NWA was out. Yeah, Easy. See, Easy started learning the game. That's why I told y'all when Easy and Dre and all them started getting into it, he started really learning the business. That's why even when Dre left, I told y'all, Dre Day, y'all see that old video when Easy said Dre Day was Easy's payday. Easy was still getting paid. See, if you start learning the contracts and the rights and all that stuff, royalty, average young cat now will just be happy to sign. They think they made it. Ooh, I got signed by such and such records. They gave me a signing bonus. And then the average don't know how to be a good steward no way. Get that money, blow it. And now you sitting there mad talking about they owe you more money, they owe you more money, they owe you more money. It's all a game. I'll leave you with that.